Hello, Snacks and Zacks. Welcome to your non-sponsored pep talk. My name is Pepper, and here with me is my good friend Zach. Nice to eat you. Yummy, yummy, so tasty. This is gonna be a very special podcast episode because, um, it's Zach's birthday. Happy birthday, Zach.
Hello. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye. Goodbye.
Zach is also currently streaming this time. So if you want to see
Yeah.
Zach's POV, you can go check that out. Although it is just Zach kind of like staring at me and me
Yeah.
staring back, and
Innocently.
yeah, it's just the silence.
Yeah.
But either way, you should support Zach and watch his 12-hour stream that he's been up to. He's doing real good, except for a lot of disaster issues. But we don't have to worry about that. So happy birthday. How has it been so far?
It's been alright.
It's been all right.
Just been streaming all day. So somehow I'm Australian. I don't know why. But
You're upside down?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I'm sorry that you were displaced.
Been playing a few games. I've tried well, I didn't try, but I've been playing I tried Mass Effect for like the first time.
How was it?
Mass Effect is pretty good. And then I know all of Bioshock, but I've never played it,
Mm-hmm.
so I just started playing him.
How was it?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty good.
I should put on some jams.
I think that's when my controller died.
Ah.
But then I played Neo and Phasmo and a little bit of Liar's Bar, but things just broke like crazy.
I was there when I saw you watching I was watching you when you were playing Dishonored towards the earlier parts of the whole thing. How was that? I'm assuming you didn't like finish the game or anything, because I don't know how possible that would have been. But
I 100% it. What are you talking about?
Oh, you did? Wow, amazing. That you're speed running over here. Completely low chaos too, right? Like you didn't kill anybody, of course.
Yeah. This run was me showing people what not to do.
Oh, so you were killing, you were massacring everybody.
It is showing people what not to do.
I see, of course.
And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that I got caught. It's their fault for having eyes.
Yes, I do remember that being your excuse. I mean, excuse me, sorry, your reason.
Yeah.
By the way, you should rotate to your right a little bit. Just turn to your right.
Alright, hold on. Let me click back onto the game.
Ooh, oh. A little more. Oh. The rotation. Okay, there we go. I guess that I think that works. The rotation. You're giving the side eye. I like it. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna start off with our first segment, which is just the how you been segment. We're gonna talk for like 25 minutes, just kind of chill out. That's how your day has been. I should have given you like a happy birthday hat. Happy birthday hat. PNG. I'm searching it up. You gotta get a good happy birthday hat. Oh, this one I think might work pretty well. Hang on.
Do the Weenie Hut Jr. hats?
There's this one, but this one would make people think you're gay. Oh, this one. This is it. This is the image. I found it.
You found it?
I found the image we're gonna use. We just have to load it in. Hang on. It's gonna be a minute. I don't know why this is one of the images that shows up, but it works, you know? So just give it a minute. Sneaks, how have you all been? Sneaks and Zacks. What is your audience called, Zach? Have you ever thought about having a name for them?
No. Not really.
It's kind of funny then, because like the opening to the podcast is always Alo, Sneaks, and Zacks.
Yeah.
So what if your audience was just more Zacks? That's how it works.
That would be dangerous.
It would be dangerous, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there would be a lot more death in the world.
Yeah.
A lot of you killing people and then supposedly being slandered for
That,
it.
that, there'd be a lot more alimony in the world.
Okay, let me add. Hang on. Let's see. I got to add your special birthday hat. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, hang on. Where's yes, yes. Oh yes.
Yes.
It's coming in.
That's what she said.
I'm coming in. That's what she said. There it is. Oh yeah. There we go. I don't know why this is one of the hats that showed up, but I think it kind of works to a degree. Happy birthday, Zach.
Appreciate it.
I hope you enjoy. I took you to your favorite fast food place, Wendy's. Because we all know that is your favorite fast food place. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
You should have been saying yeehaw with that hat.
At least it's not Taco Bell.
At least it's not Taco Bell, apparently.
Fuck you.
Oh, that makes Jody angry. Jody, you're under the table again?
Sorry, I'm not here. Oh. I was here for a second. It was confusing.
Okay.
Jody Sonic.
Yes. Zach canceled because he likes Taco Bell. Yeah, that is gonna be what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to cancel Zach. Sorry about that, Zach.
I despise Taco Bell.
What is it about it?
What is it? The food's not good.
Oh, but
It's not real
what
food.
isn't good?
Literally everything on the menu.
But no, like what about it isn't good? Like what tastes do you not like that come with it or something? Or is it something to do with the textures or like what is it?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's get started with the bean burritos.
The bean
The
burritos.
are dry as hell.
Hmm.
Incredibly dry. You can tell that they're not using real food
Mhm.
at all.
Okay.
It's just it's just garbage.
What do you mean you can tell they're using real food? What do you mean?
I mean, so Zach knows real food. When like every time he ages a McDonald's burger, that's like gourmet, real shit,
Or
fucking
eats
food
plastic.
there.
Zach
Yeah,
likes
or when he
gourmet
eats plastic,
Yeah.
or when he eats like sticks of butter, like that's the real food.
I'm just saying.
Was that slander?
I'm just saying. KFC is top tier.
KFC is pretty good. Although whenever I have their sandwiches, usually like the chicken sandwich, I always end up feeling sick afterwards. I like it, but also like it's a lot, and I don't know what about it. I don't know if it's like me with how I like to get mayonnaise on it or something, but like I love the texture of it and the feel of it. But afterwards, I always feel like gross the rest of the day.
And I will say, we have like a Taco Bell KFC combination near us. So I'll often get like Taco Bell, but with like KFC fries. And those fries are fucking delicious. I have to give them that.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I don't eat the chicken at KFC.
What do you get?
I never order chicken.
That's like their thing.
I order mashed potatoes gravy.
You're such an interesting person, Zach.
Do you age the mashed potatoes and gravy?
Hey, I have, cause last night I got some because I had a $30 card.
Uh-huh.
I have 4 orders of mashed potatoes gravy in my refrigerator right now. My mini fridge.
Okay, well at least it's not just out on the counter this time.
Not even 4 feet away from me.
Okay, I'm just happy it's refrigerated this time, rather than being aged out in the sun.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, what do you think? I'm, just
I mean, you have a history, is what I should say.
What do you take me for?
I mean, I take you as a person who fucking ages burgers. Haven't we even talked about that on stream before? Zach, well, go... no, we've talked about it on stream, but have we talked about it on podcast, is what I mean. Sorry. Zach fucking takes burgers and fucking... Like, will go to McDonald's and be like, yes, I would like a burger. Or bring it home and then leave it on the counter out in the open for upwards of, like, a day to 2 days to 3 days and just then eat it. And then it's like, there we go. Now it tastes good.
Hey. Not 3 days.
Not 3 days. Okay, 3 days. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
That was too much. And he'll be like, yes, now the food is ready for me. Non-Bean says, what the fuck is happening? Gwen says, what? No. That's always the reactions. It's always like, that's how we always react.
But Taco Bell is disgusting.
But Taco Bell is gross. And also, he doesn't eat the chicken at Kentucky Fried Chicken. At the place called Kentucky Fried Chicken. He gets the mashed potatoes. Gwen says, how are you not riddled with pox? Well, I don't know. Maybe he's built up like a resistance to it. It's like that. This is the joke on why we say Zach eats ecosystems. He just... Yeah. You are an interesting soul, Zach.
An interesting person.
Do you remember that episode where they made the nasty patty in SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm imagining when we talk about you aging burgers. I'm imagining you looking at that and going like, yeah, it's a delicacy. But you know what? I'm glad you do it. We get really funny stories. I'm amazed though that you have been like, you've had your share of health issues, but none of them have had anything to do with you doing that.
No.
Like, that's not a part of anything. That's just fine.
Great stuff. Yep.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Which today marks the 10th anniversary.
Yes, it does.
Of one of the biggest stories I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
I can talk about it. You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
it's the Zach podcast, Zach and Pepper podcast, and it's your birthday stream, so yeah.
Alright, so a little bit of education.
A little bit of
I was
education.
born with a rare condition called Alagille syndrome. The medical code for it is ALGS, which is funny because apparently it's a new modern gaming term in Valorant,
Oh,
which is stupid to me, but that's just my...
I'm sorry you have to
my
share a
opinion.
relation to Valorant.
Well, it's a condition that it's basically a mutation of a gene that will negatively affect your kidneys, liver, and heart, among other things. It affects people differently. I've met a few people who had it because I met my first girlfriend through a Facebook group about it. This was the person who said SpongeBob is sexist.
Is it the same person?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Like, so she had it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. She was kind of. She had only her liver replaced and major heart issues.
Yeah.
But I met a few other people through her friend group.
Mm-hmm.
We went out to a group. Like one person who unfortunately passed away at the age of 30, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at him and you wouldn't think 30. You would think 90 years old. Like with the way his skin was like you know how elderly people have like the wrinkled skin kind of thing.
I didn't know about that, but I do now, I guess.
Um, elderly people have like the long wrinkles on their skin.
Oh wait, do you mean
and-
elderly? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
like elderly. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know about elderly people
Yeah.
being wrinkly. I thought you.
Well,
I thought you said something else. I thought you said
Oh.
like LDE people.
No. Elderly. Yeah.
What?
He
Fucking
had-
old
he
people
had
are
that.
old? I had no idea.
This condition also makes you age faster, which is
Mm.
interesting. Anyways, with me, it hurt my liver a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of 5, I had to have it replaced, and they give me so much medication and whatnot. And throughout the years, even more medication kept adding up. There is a mental health part of the story, which I might save that for another time.
Okay.
Just because it's YouTube appropriate, but I don't think it's Twitch appropriate.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Twitch to us is different.
Yeah.
Anyway, so throughout the years, I've just been out of medicine. Nothing was like really working.
Mm-hmm.
In 2014, I was throwing up. I was throwing up every night,
Mm.
waking up like extreme pain,
Yeah.
and just staving off with ibuprofen
Mm.
or Motrin or whatever you want to call it. But in 2015, it got way worse.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up at 3 a.m. I think it was 3 a.m. I know it was like really early. Vomiting the color black,
Yeah.
which I learned later on that means you're internally bleeding.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And even I was like, when I was vomiting that color, I'm like, I'm dying. This is really not good.
Mm.
Extreme pain.
Yeah.
So something happened with it's not Twitch appropriate, but something happened, and it didn't happen, and I went to go get help for the what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got help what's going on, my leg shut down.
Yeah.
We drove to the hospital, and I still remember this doctor. To this day, I still remember him. He's like, "Tell me what's wrong." I said, "Well, ever since November, I started waking up." He's like, "I don't want to hear a life story." Still what's wrong.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I didn't like the kids, and I made it known
Yeah.
because I was in extreme pain when
Yeah.
um,
Like, shut up, dude. What are you? Don't say that to your patient. What the hell?
they did a scan and they gave me a nose tube that was way too large.
Ooh.
Like there was it looked like a murder scene.
Uh.
The amount of blood everywhere.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. They called a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, there was 2 helicopters. This was at 4 a.m. That was 4 a.m. 4 p.m. One helicopter came for someone else, and this person was like screaming and we don't know what was wrong with this person, but we just heard him screaming all the way to the helicopter.
Yeah.
The second helicopter came, and they had it's weird. They had army people.
Wow.
Yeah. And, they had like the part of the military come get me.
Wow.
So I have a funny hospital party story where like I couldn't use the restroom
Okay.
because by the time they came, my kidneys shut down.
Oh.
Like my body was shutting down slowly. And I remember complaining about it in the helicopter, and when we got to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
I complained about it a lot, and I was like, I'm a very stubborn person. I'm like, let me just get up and go use the restroom. Obviously, that's stupid. That's stupid talk, because I could not get up. I couldn't. By that time, my arm shut down.
Yeah.
Like I was really like
Goodness gracious, that
sit
must have
down.
been scary.
Here's where the party story comes in.
Yeah.
Two nurses looked at me and they're like, let's give him a catheter. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Mm.
I'm like, let me just get up. And then they didn't even ask me. He just went up to the cabinet, grabbed a needle.
They just started doing it?
with a long tube. They grabbed a needle with the long tube, and time stood still.
Why?
What was
Wait,
this?
I don't think I knew that. They just didn't even ask you?
They just said, well, it's not like they had a choice. Like, I needed to go, and I couldn't go. So,
But I mean, they
Just
need to let you know what they're doing.
yeah, true.
Like, let you know and
Hey,
get your consent for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, no, they didn't ask me. Like, I was like,
Shit.
I don't think I was talking straight. Like, I don't think I was talking like incomplete sentences. I'm just like, let me get up. I need to go use the restroom.
Hmm.
And they're like, there's no choice.
Wow.
We gotta give this to you so you can use the restroom.
Yeah.
Anyway, I passed out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I woke up out of body. It was really weird. Like, I wasn't there. Like, I couldn't control what I said or like actions or
Yeah.
anything. My personal life completely changed because I was like not there.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a weird experience.
Yeah.
But I woke up not being able to move, like being strapped to the hospital bed, and with like tubes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had like one connected to my neck,
Oh.
a few on my stomach. Of course, the catheter. I had I think a couple on my arms. It was
That's a lot.
it was really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Had you plugged in?
But yeah. But I remember I had like a lot of what do you call it, hallucinations,
Oh, wow.
and because they had me under very powerful medication,
Mm.
and even when I was kind of like not hallucinating, I would always ask like, "Where am I? What happened?" Because I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
and it was weird because I couldn't get an answer.
Yeah.
When I asked like, "What happened?" they're like, "Something really bad happened to you." I'm like, but that's not an answer.
Yeah. Could you tell me more, please?
But basically, I got back in body and did a lot of work because they told me I couldn't get up till October.
Mm.
When I got a lot of work, they told me I could get up March 13th,
Yeah.
which is a Friday. But the last day before I left, the doctor came in and
Mm-hmm.
he told me the entire story, except he forgot one part, which
Yeah.
will come up later.
Yeah.
One part that a certain person knew about and also didn't tell me.
Yep.
But he told me that basically I had bleeding in the brain, sepsis, necrosis in the intestines,
Wow.
blockage, E. coli, and the surgery, the liver transplant I had,
Uh-huh.
was done by two surgeons. One person was started. They didn't talk to each other, and they said the bile ducts wrong. So for 17 years, medication was never absorbing.
Yeah.
It was always going straight to the toilet.
Yeah.
For 17
That's.
years.
I still can't believe that. That is something. You have had
So,
a fucking life, Zach.
um,
Sorry to
So,
interrupt. It's just
basically,
it's so much.
it's alright. So we found so basically I got back home, and I did a lot of like self self-reflection, like trying to find myself again, because I really did. I didn't know who I was
Yeah.
before I went to the hospital. Like I was in a bad mental health state
Mm-hmm.
of mind. So basically, I did a long journey, like self-discovery and things like that.
Yeah.
Right now, like I feel like I finally like found who I am. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
my medication went from like 30 pills a day to now just one prescription pill a day
Wow. That's good.
and two vitamins. That's it.
Uh-huh.
I recently found out that 2015, I actually coded, which is hospital terms for you fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you didn't find that out until a few days ago.
yeah. That's what fucks with my mind the most
Yeah.
is the fact that I literally just perished like in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I had a very long Dark Souls run.
Very long Dark Souls run.
Yeah.
And like
Uh,
you actually like you liked putting it, or I think that's a fun way to put it, legally became a ghost, as in like you died for a bit and then they revived you. And
Yep.
but no one told you, and to the point where
No one
there
told.
was someone who even kept the information from you for 10 years until you found out on your own a few days ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Yeah. Like Gwen says in my chat, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know half of it.
Yeah.
I guess that's so good.
So this is up to you, of course, to answer any of these questions, but Gwen asks in the chat, how did you find out?
How did I find out that I died?
Yeah.
Basically, we got a hold of old medical records,
Mm-hmm.
and I had someone, my power of attorney, read it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Every sentence, she got angrier and angrier.
Oh yeah, power of attorney.
attorney.
Yeah. For some reason, I took it as in like just you had an attorney. No. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I found out.
Yeah.
Um,
That's something.
yeah.
You had to actually like investigate it, basically.
Yeah.
Go into the files.
And the investigation was kind of not promoted, but what do you call it? It was word for something that gives you a reason.
Motivating?
It was motivated.
Mm.
Motivated because last year someone went to my medical records and
Yeah.
changed a few things,
Mm-hmm.
including my contact information,
Mm-hmm.
which almost fucked me out of appointments.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not saying names, like that's all Zach's privacy and stuff, and up to him to like disclose. But like basically, there was one person, yeah, that
Yeah.
just didn't want you to have appointments or health or any of that, and kept information from you, kept appointments from you, and messed with your medical records.
Yep.
God damn.
Also, used me for money.
Mhm.
Lied to me about money,
Yep.
things like that. Like crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty bad.
This person ultimately wants power and money.
Yeah.
So,
I am so sorry that happened. I know you've told me this
It's
before,
alright.
but like it's always a whole thing, and
it,
yeah.
it's a big story. It's a like to me, it's not a heavy story because it's like it's a story of like life changing and perspective changing,
Yeah.
and kind of like because after the Tina surgery,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that part of me died,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what,
Yeah.
because before that surgery, like I was in a bad mental health. I had a lot of anger, a lot of like just a lot of real bad stuff. And
Yeah.
when I woke up, none of that mattered anymore.
Mm.
Like none of it mattered, and I could see, I could see the world in color. Like,
Yeah.
the world actually looked beautiful,
Yeah. That must have been
and
huge.
I had to learn how to eat, drink, quote unquote walk,
Mm-hmm.
talk. I had to relearn my like cognitive functions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to. I learned it like real fast, but I had to relearn how to do all that.
Yeah.
It's like turning into a baby kid.
Yeah. It must have been a lot.
Yeah, but like all that really isn't heavy to me. The heaviest thing was like the seeing it on paper and being told to my face,
Mm-hmm.
"You died."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's huge news. For sure. Yeah. That's that update, everybody.
yeah.
That's
That's
something.
that story.
That's that story. That's a good story. Thank you for sharing. um, so, I mean, ooh, sorry, Jody. Yeah, please, thank you. The next segment, though, is us going into the media chat, where we are going to talk about two specific pieces of media. As you know, we've been watching Star Wars, showing Zach Star Wars because he's never seen the franchise before.
Yep.
And also the other thing we've watched, which is usually just like a separate thing we are also watching.
Yeah.
The topics we're going to be talking about today, in terms of the media, is the Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And
Yep.
also the movie Zach showed Jody and I, which is called An American Tale, which I had never seen before.
One and two.
1 and 2, that is true. We did watch both of them, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's bring Jody out for this. Okay, Jody, get out from underneath the table.
I like being done.
No, you get out from underneath the table. You have to get out of there. Let go of my feet.
No.
Let go of my feet.
No.
Let go.
I hate you.
Okay. Hi, Jody. Hi, Jody. There you are.
Hello.
Okay, so Jody, our resident Star Wars expert, is here to talk to us about Star Wars. But first of all, let's ask Zach. Zach, what did you think about Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi?
Oh, I did. It was
I'm
really
glad.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think
The ending. I was just gonna say the ending didn't make much sense to me, but apparently it's answered way later on.
What aspects of the ending didn't make sense to you?
The fact that Vader just suddenly turned good. He's like, I'm going to turn good all of a sudden. Where in the previous scenes are the way it's like shown to you. He meets his son Luke. Luke goes in and says, "You're good. I swear you're good. There's good left in you."
Yeah.
And then they look out and Vader's like, somehow now I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
There's weird stuff there, and like it'll be not really explained, but it'll make more sense when you see more of his characterization. But like, I do have some criticisms about all that, which kind of come because like the whole thing with the light and dark side, where light side is treated as just like the ultimate good, and the dark side is treated as the ultimate bad.
And by light side, you mean not having emotions.
Yeah,
Very clear about that.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
You can't be angry. You also, which you're gonna find out more, you can't care about people for some reason.
Can't have attachments.
Yeah,
That's the way they phrase
it's
it,
really
like,
weird.
Yeah.
But besides that, it is interesting that he is framed as like having returned to the light side, where I think it would have been more interesting and more realistic that it was more so like he just realized he cares for his son.
Yeah.
Which I think that was foreshadowed. Like, him caring about his son did have some foreshadowing and stuff like that.
Like, there was stuff in, like, the second movie where he's talking to the Emperor, and the Emperor's like, kill him, and Vader's like, but what if we don't kill him?
And then also, that conversation he has with Luke, and I forget where it is. It's like, it's on that forest planet. Right? Was that?
Endor?
Yeah, was that in the third?
Yeah.
Or
No, it was in the third one, yeah.
yeah, like that conversation. I kind of had some of that too. I think.
Yeah. Like,
Where he's like, once again,
him
like
being like, the only reason I'm not turning good is I think it's too late for me, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think there's some foreshadowing for it,
But
although
they're also really depending on the whole, like, oh, we're blood related, which means
Yeah.
they're relying on that too much.
which is kind of dated at this
Yeah.
point. Like
I mean, it was dated then, but
you say that, but there's a lot of people who talk to me nowadays, me as being a trans person, being like, well, that person's related to you, so therefore, I feel like it's dated now, but also still so many people do that though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really weird. But like, you will see once we go back to the prequels and show you those for the first time, kind of like more of Darth Vader's character, because they center, like the prequels center around Darth Vader,
Before he was
Darth Vader, when he was called Anakin, and also him and Obi-Wan. Like, it centers around their stories. So we will get to see that. You will get to see the meme you've been talking about and referencing. Hello there.
Which meme? Oh yes.
Hello there.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see that.
I felt like the whole like God part was like just put out there out of nowhere.
Which
For
part?
the little creatures they treated
Oh, the Ewoks?
Oh yeah.
C-3PO,
And how they American tailed
I-
C-3PO. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
not great. Even at the
I
time,
feel-
people
I-
didn't
I
like
feel like-
Ewoks very much.
Yeah.
I just feel like that kind of like comes out of nowhere.
So that was gonna be my next question. Is like, a lot of people, me partially included, don't really like the Ewoks. Like, I think they're cute, sure, whatever. But to me, they come across also as just very much like, here's the marketable plushie from this movie that you want. Oh, but doesn't that make you want to buy things now?
Which reminds me, I have my like production trivia thing for episode 6, which is that it wasn't supposed to be the Ewoks originally. It was supposed to be the Wookiees, like Chewbacca.
Which would have made a lot more sense.
It would have made a lot more sense. It would have been like, it would have kind of tied something up from previous. Like, no, not really tied something up, but it would have been like relating to something we already know.
Yeah.
In a way that I think would have been interesting.
And I honestly also think that, like, I might get flack for this, but honestly, they're kind of, they were trying to do what Despicable Me did with the Minions.
Yeah, they were.
They were just supposed to trying to be that, like, extra side, like, comedic relief, cute things that people would like.
Well,
Also, like, this is getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but they were, they are part of the same mistakes that got made in the prequel movies. It's just the movie was overall better, so people didn't call it out in those terms.
Yeah.
well, to play devil's advocate
Mm-hmm.
to your point, Pepper. Despicable Me, I'm pretty sure came out way later.
Yeah, no,
than the movie.
I'm not saying that
Well,
they
not
copied
literally,
the
just-
Minions.
yeah.
I'm just saying that it filled the same, like, role. Like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Hi, Andre. Hi, J Hill. Welcome to the stream. Happy birthday to Zach. Everyone say happy birthday to Zach. Also, it looks like Gwen left earlier. Bye-bye, Gwen. But yeah, so, like, yeah, I think it's a good series. I think the whole ending, at least with the Ewoks, could have been better.
Yeah.
Like, if it just wasn't Ewoks, because it's weird to, like, have... There's a lot of suspending of disbelief you have to do to make yourself, like, believe that little teddy bears took down the Empire. And they could make me believe that by making them more than just little... Like they could have them look like that and everything, but also they write them like they don't have brains? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like, they have no understanding of the world they live in.
Yeah, which is also like where the weird kind of racism comes in with the...
I wouldn't say kind of racism.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the racism comes in with the like C-3PO stuff
Yeah.
and how they treat C-3PO.
So I'm curious, Zach, now that you've seen the 3 original movies, like, how would you rank them? Which do you
Yeah.
think is the best, which do you think is the worst?
Oh gosh. Let's see. I think trying to remember the big parts of each of them.
Mm-hmm.
The second one I'll put it up there because I'm a big fan of stories that the hero doesn't win.
Yeah, yeah. I think like the second one is usually people's favorites.
I'm a huge fan of stories like that.
Yeah.
Like was it Hill Reach is probably the S rank for me, the top for me.
Yeah.
I'll put 3 under that and 1 the last.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 1 is bad. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it's not as good
Yeah.
as
I think that's a fair ranking.
Like that's pretty much the consensus. Everyone agrees that episode 5 is the best one, and that all of them are pretty good. But everyone kind of, you'll get a lot. Like I feel like it's like 50-50 split between people who think that episode 4 is the best and people who think or second best, and people who think episode 6 is the second best.
For me, I think I would say it would be like episode 5 and then episode 4 and then 6.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still like episode 6 a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a big fan of like stories where like there's no deus ex machina that saves everything. It's just, I mean, it could still be there, but it's not like oh, this makes the heroes win. It's this makes the heroes get out.
Yeah.
Realistically, just like get out of the bad situation. I think.
Yeah. And I also, so like, it's interesting that you say that because I kind of feel like the Ewoks kind of were like that a little bit.
Yeah.
They kind of were just like the weird get out of jail card for the rebels.
Now I'm going to make a case. I don't fully agree with this case, but it is a case I've seen people make, and I get where they're coming from. I think that the Ewoks are, or not I think, the take is that the Ewoks are thematically very important because they are something that would be beneath the Empire's notice, and that's what ends up beating them. That the Empire wouldn't care about them. Kind of thematically similar to parts of Andor.
I like that, but also, I still think that could have been done without making them like the cute marketable plushie.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yes.
1,000,000%. And like I said, I don't have problems with marketable plushies, but it just feels very unfitting for
the stakes.
For the stakes and for like the fact that I mean, like the racism stuff we talked about.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Like they're
like that's looming over everything.
They're based off of like, I don't know what would you call it? Like, what do you call it?
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to.
They're based off of like, quote unquote, tribal stereotypes.
Yeah.
And then also just cutified, which, yeah, that's weird. Like, just imagine people taking all the stereotypes that are out there of your life, making you an animal character, and then making you a marketable plushie that they sold for money.
And making you, like, express those stereotypes about, like, it's not even just that there are, like, quote-unquote tribal stereotypes. It's that those are expressed as you being stupid and not understanding the world that you live in and have built your society in.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh, yeah.
Also, I just want to say to the chat, welcome to the stream, Katya Swan. I hope you enjoy and like the streams. That we're currently doing a happy birthday stream podcast episode for Zach here. And you ask, what do I use for characters? I use Vignon and VTube Studio. But also, to move on from that, JL says, I mean, I also think Ewoks were supposed to be a joke on fuzzy, cuddly things being literal guerrilla fighters, though I suppose they look better as bears than monkeys, as bad as that is to say, I don't know. Well, it's more... Huh?
I was gonna say, they remind me of the Gremlins.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gremlins?
I haven't seen it, but I know the gist. It's like, I get that, and like I said, I'm not against having like a joke that is fuzzy cuddly things doing guerrilla warfare, like sure, but it's also weird when that's supposed to be the finale to your like high stakes storyline against space Nazis.
And also, like, when you're gonna do, like, oh, and they think that the robot is a god.
Yeah, and also
thing.
the racism stuff.
Yeah.
Andre says, today's Wednesday, right? Yes, today's Wednesday. But yeah, and like I'm kind of like harping on about this, but that movie is still good.
Oh,
it's just I have my critiques about the Ewoks that like a lot of people talk about how they don't like the Ewoks, but I don't think they bring up the racism stuff also.
Yeah, they usually bring up the tone stuff with them.
Yeah, and I think the tone stuff is very valid and a big part of things.
But it's not the only thing with them.
It's not the only thing. Yeah. Just, I mean, I remember a campaign, one of the Battlefield games, where you're just playing stormtroopers during an attack by the Ewoks, and it almost plays as a horror game, and how they strike from the shadows. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I know the game, but I haven't played it. But also, like...
Do you mean one of the Battlefront games?
Probably. But also, like, that we're criticizing the movie, and that wasn't how it was portrayed in the movie, you know? Like I said, they could do Ewoks. They can make them look like that and everything. They could have them be a lot like what they were, like they already are. Just remove the racism. Honestly, mostly the racism. Like that's kind of what makes the tone what it was in the first place.
Yeah, and like if they fix the racism and there's still tone issues, I would care a lot less about those tone issues.
Yeah.
Like it would still be like a blip on the movie. Like I would still have to be like, oh well, you know, I can't say it's my favorite because of this, but I would care so much less about it.
Mm-hmm. And I want to make clear, like, I feel like people will hear, like, oh, what you're calling the teddy bears racist, and not understand that we're not saying that people are racist towards the teddy bears, or the teddy bears themselves are racist characters. What we're saying is that they are based on, as we said, like
racist stereotypes.
Racist stereotypes. It's based on racist stereotypes. And then made to be cutesy about it. It's kind of funky.
It's kind of fucky.
Kind of fucky. J.O. says, I know my point was more they did the Ewoks better in the games. They actually showed better how they were actually a threat and how they used the environment. Something I feel like they didn't do enough in the movies.
That would be better.
It would.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It would.
You know, I think it is worth saying, we've talked so much about the second half of the movie. I think the first half of the movie with, like, Jabba's palace is, like...
It's really good.
It has issues, but it is still, like...
Yeah.
If the rest of the movie was at that level, I think it would be the best one.
Yeah, that was a really good sequence. Both the second and third movie had really strong beginnings.
Yes. And, like, I don't think Jabba's palace is as iconic as Hoth, but it's, like... It's real good.
How do you feel, Zach?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Zach will be right back. Okay.
It's been a second. Where is he? He lied.
Where is he?
Where?
Fuck, he's gone.
He lied to us.
Testing.
Hello.
Hello. That was more than a second.
Hello. Hi. Okay. Yeah.
It was less seconds than I expected, though.
Yeah, true.
You kept lagging for some reason.
Oh, weird. I'm a slopper about that.
Yeah. But what was the question?
Like, how'd you feel about the first half of the movie, the part in, like, Jabba's palace?
Yeah.
I thought the first half was pretty good. There's one character like from the Lego games that I recognized.
Yeah.
He died pretty quick.
The guy with the jetpack, he said, right?
Yeah. He's really good at Lego games. So.
Yeah, Boba Fett will always be a funny character to me because he showed up in the previous movie and people fucking loved him just because he has cool armor and like Vader does the whole thing like no disintegrations, like oh he has a reputation, and then he immediately dies and he still has the reputation for decades as being this cool fucking character. It's
and he was barely there.
He was barely there.
It's like I think he became like this kind of like mascot of coolness that didn't really exist.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of funny.
And that's how we get shows like.
Well,
this is not. It's not one that we're probably gonna cover with you.
But I might.
Okay, I'm just gonna say there is a show around this character named The Book of Boba Fett, and general consensus is it's not very good.
Would you like a spoiler, Zach?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna explain this.
Okay.
So, you know how he fell into the Sarlacc pit, right?
Yeah.
So there was this whole thing because like everyone fucking loved him. They thought he was the coolest dude ever. Because of the short screen time he had. And so because of that, he got like larger sequences in like the Lego games, and he got a lot of art and a lot of cosplays, all that stuff. And then people came up with this kind of joke but kind of not fan theory of like, oh, what if somehow he escaped the inescapable Sarlacc pit? What if he did that? That'd be like pretty cool, right?
Because he's the
Yeah.
coolest. He's my
Because
favorite.
he's my
Original
favorite
character,
dude.
Do not steal.
And so when a few years after Disney acquired Star Wars, they made that canon and made an actual television show where that's what he does. So spoiler, he's not actually dead.
I think he should be. But
I don't think it's necessary to have a whole thing for him. But yeah, no,
it's okay when cool characters just die. It's all right.
It is. And also, he didn't have much. He wasn't much there. It's interesting how just like from the very minor nothing character, he became an entire thing.
Yeah.
But yes, there
Yeah.
is an entire television show based on just that guy, purely because people thought he looked really cool.
Oh, and also, this is slight spoilers for the prequels, but because people like Boba Fett so much, his dad is in the prequels fairly prominently.
Yeah,
And, like, has, like, a really outsized impact on, like,
the world.
on the world and what happens in the prequels. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk about that more once we have a podcast review about the prequel movies.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, what are your thoughts on that detail?
Well,
What?
what are my thoughts about him dying or him surviving?
Yeah.
My whole thoughts about him surviving. It just reminds me of there's a game where I'm not gonna say what game we did. There's a game where they tried to kill off one of the main characters. And then they later on explained they didn't go, the main character didn't go into fire. They went to prison that was under the fire. They just
Oh,
do that
okay.
to show people
Yeah.
that the person got burnt.
There's a lot of frustrating stuff
Yeah.
when I feel like audiences really like characters, and then so
Oh,
the creators will like, okay, let's take away the dramatic effect of their death or something else that happened to them, just so you get to see more of them.
you want to my perfect example.
Uh-huh.
DBZ, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
In Dragon Ball Z, planned to kill off Goku on the second season, which
Yes,
is the
in the Cell
Cell
Saga.
Saga,
It was such a good
and
moment.
make Gohan the main character.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that way because the fans looked. Goku died 7 times in the main series, kept reviving, and they still have him die and keep him as main character
Yeah.
because fans love him so much.
Yeah, it sucks. I think that his death in the Cell Saga was really fucking good, and I wish that he had stayed dead.
Yeah.
The right one did.
Well, it's unfortunately a thing, and I have an example that I could also give very much so for that, but that would be spoilers on something else for Zach.
Okay.
So I'm not going to bring that up right now. Unless I have brought it up before. I don't remember. J.O. says, actually, I just remembered there being a joke in a light, fun arcade game series. One guy in the game keeps dying in every game and is just back in the next game for no reason. Like, he is dead, but he just returns in the next game every time. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, that's a joke. That feels like a different thing to me.
Yeah.
Or
That
at least it
was-
seems like it was a joke. From what
It
you said.
does seem that
reminds
way.
you of Kenny. That reminds you of Kenny from South Park.
Kenny from South Park.
We don't reference South Park.
We don't talk about South.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. We don't talk about it in the same way we don't talk about Family Guy. What happens to Kenny?
He dies in every episode.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that like the main character?
Well,
It's one of the 4 main characters, and it's always like he dies, and then they say, "You killed Kenny, you bastards!" every time.
yeah.
That is kind of funny. I
Well,
thought.
actually,
Sorry, isn't he the like big guy that like everyone references?
That's
Like
Cartman.
Cartman.
Kenny's the one in like the orange parka who like you only
Yeah.
see the middle of his face.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's one season. There's one season where they actually kept him dead for like a few episodes
Oh,
to
wow.
see what the audience thought,
Yeah.
and the audience hated so bad that they just brought him back.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of those shows do that. Like, I know Family Guy killed Brian for a bit. And then everyone hated that. Did you know about that, Jody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Simpsons didn't kill someone, but there was one episode. There's one season for a few episodes. Homer and Marge were divorced,
hmm.
Oh yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, it's a dream sequence."
I didn't know that's how they ended it. That seems like
Yeah.
that was part of a joke though. That doesn't seem like it was something that's meant to be taken seriously, really.
Well, so we are now an hour into the podcast. Usually at this point in time we bring in the guest and talk to them, talk with them, and then move on to the Sunday driving. But our guest thing is actually a little bit different this time around. This time around, we don't have a specific special. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing, Zach? Do some rotations. Well, so this time we don't have a particular guest, and also we don't have a prepared Sunday driving skit. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into GTA 5 and do the rest of this live stream, or at least on my side, not the rest of Zach's 12 hours, but like on my side, the rest of this is going to be Cryptic and Mr. Zacharoni Sunday driving live stream special where you get to watch them live and just watch us do improv and kind of just like chill out with the characters. Of course, they're real. They're not actually characters. We're just gonna be sitting in the corner watching them and not talking. Yeah. That's what's gonna be happening. Yeah. How would you feel, Zach, about going on to a little bit of a break, like an intermission, and then coming back and having that start?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go into intermission, and then once the intermission's over, you'll be seeing Cryptic and Mr. Zacharoni. So I hope you enjoy their presence. This is good. I am excited and concerned. Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. You gotta go to intermission on your side too, Zach?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're going intermission. See you in a few. See Cryptic and Zacharoni in a few. Ooh.
Alright.
Hmm. I wonder what Mr. Zacharoni is up to today. He has yet to see my bunker of the arcade. Let me take my Batmobile replica to the outside world and find him. Let me see if I can call him on my phone as well, my earpiece. Mr. Zacharoni, are you there?
I'm here.
Ah, yes,
I'm here,
there you
Mr.
are.
I just
Good.
got out of church.
Out of church, you say?
Yeah.
Was there anything interesting in your church, Mr. Zacharoni?
I had to do a lot of forgiveness.
Is that so?
Yep.
Tell me more.
A gardener is now dead. In front
Oh.
of the church.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that, I think, Mr. Zacharoni. Do you know who did
I'm
it?
not- No, but I might need a getaway driver.
I see. All right, I'm on my way.
I'm at the Hill Valley Church.
The Hill Valley Church.
Everybody welcome.
All right, I'm on my way, Mr. Zacharoni. We'll get you out of there. Because, of course, nothing is going wrong there. You just need a ride.
I shall do. I shall. I shall give this gardener the proper burial.
That's a good idea, Mr. Zacharoni. Do you think he deserves it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I believe you. I am here, Mr. Zacharoni. Hello.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yes. Bring back the crispification, Mr. Zacharoni. What a wonderful sight to see. I see the legs, slowly burning to a crisp. Yes, quite crispy indeed. Good, good. And it's right next to the cemetery. They have somewhere to bury the body.
Oh,
Right away. Makes things nice and easy.
yeah.
A good cleanup, if I do say so myself, Mr. Zacharoni.
How have you been?
I have been well. It has been some time since we have ventured forth together.
Yeah.
How have you been, Mr. Zacharoni?
I've been alright. I've been great.
All right and great
Yes, you
are two very
have
different
you-
things.
Have you seen the new movie that Michael Santa released?
You mean an
called
American
Meltdown.
Tale remade?
No, it is called Meltdown.
Oh. I thought you were talking about
Okay.
his just re-release of an American Tale.
Oh yeah, he also re-released something. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, it was animated.
Yes, it was.
Mr. Zacharoni! Mr.
Uh-huh.
Zacharoni!
There we go.
Where? Mr. Zacharoni, where did you go?
I'm in the park.
What the hell? What happened to you?
What happened to you? You
I
stopped.
No, Mr.
got
Zacharoni, I was driving and you just leapt out of the vehicle, Mr. Zacharoni.
You
And it
stopped.
seems you have killed another person.
You stopped here. I got out. Saw this guy looking at me funny. Just had to do some business, and then you disappeared.
Mr. Zacharoni, I swear to you I've been driving down the road this entire time. We were in the middle of the city, on a bridge. I am starting to believe, Mr. Zacharoni, we may have been dimensionally swamped. Have you heard of the Mandela effect, Mr. Zacharoni?
No, but there's still my internet search history.
There is your internet
Oh,
search
listen.
history. It seems that has been a consistent factor. Here, where we are, Mr. Zacharoni, currently, this is where I was when apparently you, on my end, seemingly jumped from the vehicle. And disappeared.
Shall we go to the bank?
We could go to the bank, Mr. Zacharoni. But I also would like to wish to tell you about this Mandela effect because I believe it is currently affecting us. This Mandela effect, of which I, Cryptic, am of course a believer. You remember one thing. You remember us stopping. You remember us stopping and getting out, and you looking at that man, while I remember us driving down the road and you leaping from the vehicle. We witnessed two things, Mr. Zacharoni. Therefore, we must be from two different dimensions. It is the only responsible answer. The only logical answer.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You also believe in a thing called love?
Only when it blooms on the battlefield, Mr. Zacharoni. Only then. Let us see if the Wheel of Fortunes has anything for us today.
I shall win. The new car.
This car looks very British, Mr. Zacharoni. Are you sure this is what you wish to have?
The very British car?
It's a very British-looking car, Mr. Zacharoni.
Oh, God.
And you know how I feel about the Brits.
About the British?
The Empire of Evil, yes. Go ahead, Mr. Zacharoni.
I got kicked out by wheel. Let me spin.
The wheel said no to you. Is that what happened?
Oh, there we go.
There you are,
Wheel
Mr. Zacharoni. Give it a good twirl. You were close to the car, Mr. Zacharoni, but instead you got Monopoly money.
Monopoly money.
I
I shall
shall
spend it on...
I shall make my attempt as well, and attempt to blend in by looking overly excited, beyond what I'm normally capable of. Let us see. Go. Oh yes, I look excited, do I not? Yes, yes, I fit in perfectly. I have been awarded coin chips, Mr. Zacharoni.
Coin chips, nice.
Coin chips, so we may gamble if we wish. But I believe I need to go back outside. I'd like to go
Yeah, let's go back outside.
and freshen up somewhere. Perhaps get a change of clothes. I like your new hairstyle and mustachio, Mr. Zacharoni.
Yep. I decided to change my look.
Yes, it is a good look, Mr. Zacharoni. Very criminal of you. I hope this blood washes off, although if it doesn't, that is also okay. Let it be a warning to any others who cross our path by walking in the middle of the road. Let me see here if there are any places I may be able to visit for this venture. I wish to wash off some dirt that has been troubling me. Right here seems good. Right here seems perfect. Don't mind the bumpy ride, Mr. Zacharoni. It is not as bumpy as if you were the one behind the wheel. Then we would really be having an adventure. Here, I shall be right back, Mr. Zacharoni. Right back.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to get a hot shave. Do not look inside, for my face may be visible for a short time.
What do you have in mind?
Just a cleaning, ma'am.
Just a little off the top.
There it is.
No, I do not wish for you to touch my hair. Do not listen to the man behind the earpiece.
Come back anytime.
Ma'am, you have forgotten the most important part, the dramatic eye coloration.
This is going to look so
There we are. Mr. Zacharoni, I'm hearing explosions out there, Mr. Zacharoni. I have been gone a mere 2 minutes, and yet I hear only destruction.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
I am worried, Mr. Zacharoni. I am quite concerned.
I'm gonna go do some business dealings.
Some business dealings.
Yeah.
Do you need any help with your business dealings, Mr. Zacharoni?
I think I'm alright.
You're all right.
Yeah, alright.
All right.
Yeah, alright.
There are some officers here. Are you sure you do not need another getaway?
I'm sure.
All right, Mr. Zacharoni, I leave it to you in your trusted hands. I am going to
Enjoy
go.
your-
Do let me know when I am needed again. I will be over here,
Yeah.
changing my clothes. I wish for a neat button-up.
if really necessary.
There you go.
Let us
I'm
see.
going to do my business dealings. I shall also go change my clothes.
Is on the rack, so
Good idea, Mr. Zacharoni, good idea. Excuse me, where are your finest pieces of button-ups? This works perfectly, as a matter of fact.
I really need a snack. All I've eaten today is romaine lettuce.
And a perfect black tie as well. Let us see what you have. There we are.
You remember that alternate universe you were talking about?
I do.
You disappeared from this universe.
What?
Your car's still here, though.
I've disappeared from your universe, Mr. Zacharoni, and
Yeah.
yet you are still able to speak. Mr. Zacharoni, that is amazing. We have trans-dimensional speaking capabilities. Mr. Zacharoni, we can use this.
You.
We can use this, Mr. Zacharoni. How? How has this happened? How may I join back into your world? Did you create a new timeline? What was your last action,
No.
Mr. Zacharoni?
Doing business dealings.
What business dealings? I must know the specifics.
Uh, it's I'm paying alimony.
I must go pay alimony.
Yeah.
That is the only way for me to rejoin your universe, Mr. Zacharoni. I must also pay alimony. Something I can believe that I am able to do on any and all ATMs, I'm sure. Let me find an ATM,
Alimony.
and then only then will I be able to rejoin your universe, repair the damage that has been done. Mr. Zacharoni, you should not have paid this alimony. It separated us, Mr. Zacharoni. Where, oh where, is the nearest ATM?
At the club.
The club.
Actually, don't go to the club.
I'm going to go.
Dangerous.
It is dangerous there. Yes, you are correct. Is the ATM inside the club?
Yes.
I will take my risks. I will be careful, Mr. Zacharoni. I know of the dangers of that place. The good people that lurk there will not stop us from our crimes. Where is this place? I cannot find this area. I must search on my own. Mr. Zacharoni, perhaps, if you unpay your alimony, could you perhaps take the money back?
I think I can.
Good, good. If you do so, I believe that may also be a way to fix the timelines, Mr. Zacharoni.
On my way.
I shall still continue my search for the club. The Club of Strip.
Wait, I'm flying.
You're flying,
I'm
Mr.
flying.
Zacharoni.
Yeah.
Do you have the flying vehicle?
No.
You're just in the air.
Yeah.
Mr. Zacharoni, I must acquire.
You're flying.
I must acquire transportation to this dimension.
I think it's take me to your dimension. I'm falling. I fell back to the hospital. I think I am in your dimension.
You have rejoined, Mr. Zacharoni. Were you flying through the sky in a return to this dimension?
Yeah.
Is that how that happened?
Yes.
I see. That makes only
will
logical
tell you.
sense. Welcome back. So, we've discovered if we pay alimony, then we can change dimensions. I see.
Yes.
I see. Mr. Zacharoni. I'm coming to your location. You have reappeared upon my markers, upon my GPS location. It is a good thing we both keep tracking devices on one another, Mr. Zacharoni. Oh, is this a new vehicle?
Oh, yes. Feel free to try it. Yeah.
I would love to take a drive. What are you doing with the gasoline, Mr. Zacharoni?
I'm just carrying around with me. Don't worry.
Oh dear, Mr. Zacharoni. This vehicle seems quite dangerous, I must say.
It can jump.
Oh, goodness, Mr. Zacharoni. The crimes we could perform behind the wheel of this vehicle. Oh, what wonders we could make happen. What crimes we could commit in the name of evil. Are there any government officials we may be able to take out, Mr. Zacharoni?
How many people take out? There's a bunch of people.
I may have just tapped one. Is this a government official?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you in any way a government official? You did not let her answer, Mr. Zacharoni.
It's alright.
I've missed Mr. Zacharoni. But it seems you have done what needed to be done. I'm going to finish the job. I've missed.
There's no witness.
No witnesses, Mr. Zacharoni. That is a good point. You raise a very strong point. Let me try yet again. I wish to get rid of the evidence. I've missed yet again. I will make this happen, Mr. Zacharoni. I promise you. Almost there, Mr. Zacharoni, almost there. This vehicle, I've seen its class before. It has the ability to crush people, take them within itself. I'm getting closer, slowly getting better at the controls, Mr. Zacharoni. Oh, and there we are. I've done what's needed to be done. And only then, of course, the police arrive. We must make our getaway, Mr. Zacharoni. We must escape. What a lovely Sunday drive, we could call
Don't
it.
worry. I got it.
What do you have? You are taking care of the officers, Mr. Zacharoni, is that it?
Yes.
I see. Good man. I will continue our leaps and bounds. They cannot keep up with our prowess. Ouch. That hurt, Mr. Zacharoni. I may have done a little bit of a bump. This vehicle is unfortunately not as durable as the Batmobile replica.
But it's fast.
It is very fast.
Boost. Turbo.
I could not turbo, Mr. Zacharoni. It was not yet recharged. You know, if there were any beings watching us from another dimension, I wonder if they'd understand what is going on, or be able to explain to each other what this is. Do you think they'd be able to make heads and tails of us, Mr. Zacharoni?
I think so.
I have faith. Perhaps these beings are the ones I hope to learn more about, Mr. Zacharoni. Mr. Zacharoni, I fear for my decisions. I may have not been the smartest in our lifetime, but it was nice knowing you. Oh, I see. It has the same bumper supports as the flying vehicle. We are fine.
Yeah.
Good, good.
We're fine.
I was worried that that was the end of us,
good.
Mr. Zacharoni. I worry that that
Oh,
was going
okay.
to be our final destination. Luckily,
No,
for
it
us, we
isn't.
evaded it. How about, Mr. Zacharoni, you take the wheel. I shall
Okay.
move into passenger position. There we are. I do not think the police officers know where we are any longer. I think we have escaped.
I kind of lost my driver's license. Don't know how to drive anymore.
Is that... I did not realize that that's how that worked, Mr. Zacharoni. Mr. Zacharoni,
I clicked the button.
Did you
On the
click the
car.
ejector seat?
Yes.
I see. You have your gasoline again. Is
Don't know
that...
how to drive.
Do you need to refuel the vehicle, Mr. Zacharoni?
No. Okay.
Are you sure? I have gasoline as well. Here.
Okay.
That's me. I've dropped the gasoline. Unfortunately, it's too heavy for me to pick back up, so I'm going to get back into the vehicle.
Oh,
I saw the sky for a moment there, Mr. Zacharoni. Oh, yes, it is equipped with weaponry. Perfect.
I'm trying to learn how to drive.
I believe in you. Are you sure you had a license when you were driving the Batmobile replica?
Yeah, but I was driving under. I was using different driving controls.
Ah, I see.
But they-
So you
they
are still
seem to
getting...
have-
What you are trying to tell me is you are still getting used to this machinery,
Yeah.
this particular vehicle. I am once again quite
Which
scared, Mr. Zacharoni.
Which button on this car is zoom boost?
I believe you press that button with the X on it. The X, Mr. Zacharoni.
The X?
Press the X. There you are. That is correct. That is correct. And that button with the letter E, that is the jump button. You know, Mr. Zacharoni, this car reminds me of one of my favorite movies. Have you seen Speed Racer?
I have.
It is a good movie.
I have.
I must say, however, you unfortunately do not quite drive like our friend, Speed Racer. Why are you bringing us into the prison, Mr. Zacharoni? I'm sure we will be in extreme danger if you do this. Yes, Mr. Zacharoni, we are in extreme danger. Why have you done this? Mr.
I don't know
Zacharoni,
how to drive.
you've left me.
I lost my driver's license.
Did you drop it?
You have a driver's license?
Yes, Mr. Zacharoni, I'm on my way. Mr. Zacharoni, quick, get in. Get in, my friend.
I'm in. No!
Mr. Zacharoni.
Weird, I've died and revived. Alternate timelines. I see you!
I am coming, Mr. Zacharoni.
Alternate timelines.
The timelines have been altered yet again. And you are still alive, Mr. Zacharoni. Mr. Zacharoni, please, get in.
I legally turned into a ghost.
Oh, I see, you were revived. This is quite interesting, Mr. Zacharoni. You've proven the existence of ghosts. And here,
Yeah.
I was ready to cry over your death, Mr. Zacharoni. I was afraid I had lost you. I do not wish to lose you, Mr. Zacharoni. Not yet. There is much we can do with the remainder of our partnership.
Shit.
We will escape, Mr.
Right.
Zacharoni. We will escape. Do not worry. I'm going to use the weaponry of your Speed Racer vehicle to do what I must to keep us alive. Do not leave me yet again, Mr. Zacharoni.
I won't.
Were you risen as a ghost, Mr. Zacharoni, or did they just revive you, the officers?
I just arrived out of nowhere.
I see.
Crazy.
There were no officers, you just revived on your own.
Yeah.
Very interesting, Mr. Zacharoni. Normally, if you were someone that I didn't know as well, I would take this opportunity to shoot you in the head and see if it happened again. I may have made a miscalculation, Mr. Zacharoni.
No!
We are good.
No.
We are not good. This vehicle, Mr. Zacharoni, it is no longer functional.
It's not waterproof.
It is not, unfortunately. I have the perfect tools for the situation. I found this rocket launcher in the back compartment, Mr. Zacharoni. Let's do what we can to keep ourselves alive, Mr. Zacharoni.
I'm swimming.
Mr. Zacharoni, I have something if we can just get to it.
What?
It is out in the ocean, Mr. Zacharoni. You must follow me. We must go for a little bit of a swim, Mr. Zacharoni. Just try your best to stay alive. They will attempt to shoot us, but bullets cannot pass underwater so easily. You must dive if you can, and then get more water and more air when you need it.
I forgot how to dive.
There's a long button, Mr. Zacharoni, at the bottom. That button should maneuver your exosuit to allow you to dive further underneath. The long button. Mr. Zacharoni at the bottom. At the bottom, Mr. Zacharoni, at the bottom of your exosuit.
I'll press it. I'll press it. Nothing's going.
Well, Mr. Zacharoni, your exosuit may be broken. We should see if we can install a new one. Although it was just a prototype, so perhaps it is not just a great exosuit in the first place.
I see the location.
Let us keep going, Mr. Zacharoni. Let us keep going.
I'm going.
Take any health packs you need, Mr. Zacharoni. You may need them. I'm wearing my temporary mask underwater. That allows me to continue to speak to you. You must learn to continue to have tools, Mr. Zacharoni, tools of survival. Just like I. One of those officers just called us big fucking jerks, Mr. Zacharoni. I do not accept this.
Me.
Good, Mr. Zacharoni, good. This is a sub I robbed from the U.S. military. We can use it. Get in, Mr. Zacharoni. Get in. Quick.
I'm trying.
They cannot penetrate our hard shell, Mr. Zacharoni. Good. Good. All right. It appears we are safe in here. We've only been a little wounded, Mr. Zacharoni. I may have to change my clothes yet again.
We'll be alright.
Just back here, I'm going to find myself a comfortable place to change. This sub is one of my many home bases, Mr. Zacharoni. However, here, I do not keep any prisoners. Perhaps I should, in the future. I'm glad we escaped, Mr. Zacharoni. We escaped with our lives. We've made it.
We've made it.
We've made it. This is apparently not the correct way to my bedroom. This direction, perhaps. This place is
Boy,
very confusing, Mr. Zacharoni. Very confusing indeed. Mr. Zacharoni, where are you?
I'm on my way, don't worry.
Good, good. I just wanted to make sure you did not get lost, Mr. Zacharoni. Hello, there you are.
You get lost.
Please be careful, and I do not want you to get bumped into me. If you were to hit your head in here, it would be very, very painful. Here is my bedroom, Mr. Zacharoni, as well as the bedroom for my crew. My soldiers, my warriors, my fighters, and my killers. Mr. Zacharoni, I'm going to need to get changed.
Okay, I'll get up. Do, 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 do.
Much appreciated, Mr. Zacharoni.
Do, 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 do.
Here we
Oh,
are.
God,
Now I have a whole new suit, Mr. Zacharoni. Where did you go?
I'm at the telephone.
The telephone. This way.
Yeah. There's a telephone.
Is there?
Telephone.
Ah, yes, that is a telephone, is it not? Amazing. I have changed my outfit to more closely match yours, therefore we can easily blend in
Right.
amongst one another. I believe now we are safe to leave the submarine, Mr. Zacharoni. Let us exit
Okay,
the
let's
sub.
go.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Mr. Zacharoni,
Uh,
you stay here. I'm going to bring us to a better place for us to
Okay.
get to land. That way we do not have to worry about swimming in any more dirty waters. And we don't have to
Okay.
change our clothes again.
Okay.
Good. Just a moment.
I shall wait here.
Yeah, stay right there, Mr. Zacharoni. Okay. Mr. Zacharoni. I'm going to pilot the sub. Do you see us moving?
Yes.
Isn't this
Okay, cool.
spectacular? This enormous mass of metal. The power we can wield with such a vehicle. We have acquired tremendous abilities, Mr. Zacharoni. Let us go back to the city. I will transport you to safety.
Okay.
Nothing, hopefully, can reach us out here. Were you shooting a gun, Mr. Zacharoni? I could see you through the cameras.
Yes.
You, I believe, just were very close to shooting my camera, Mr. Zacharoni.
I'm practicing the shots. There we go.
What are you shooting, Mr. Zacharoni?
I am decorating. That's what I'm doing.
I cannot
I'm
see what you
decorating.
are doing. Slowly
Don't
making
worry.
our way back to the city, Mr. Zacharoni.
Are we making our way downtown?
One could say that, of course. It may be a bit of a trek.
And we're homebound?
Yes, we are homebound, Mr. Zacharoni. Homebound back into the city. Where we belong. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I am... okay. We are okay. I may have... run a little bit... Oh, there are some rocks here, Mr. Zacharoni. We are in the air, Mr. Zacharoni. Mr. Zacharoni.
Yeah.
I may have beached a multi-million-dollar sub. Well,
Become
I'm
the Titanic.
I'm going to I'm going to exit the vehicle now, Mr. Zacharoni. It appears we will have to swim. Multiple universes.
Multiple universes.
Mr. Zacharoni, what has happened this time?
It disappeared.
What do you mean it disappeared, Mr. Zacharoni?
It disappeared. I fell through it.
The submarine. Are you telling me the entirety of the submarine disappeared, Mr. Zacharoni?
Yeah, that one I can't swim up.
Mr. Zacharoni. The sub is still here for me, Mr. Zacharoni.
Multiple universes. I survived. I died.
I believe you may be right. I'm coming, Mr. Zacharoni. Where are you?
I'm on land.
Unfortunately, I must dirty my clothes yet again. I am making my way to you, Mr. Zacharoni. Wait for me. Wait for me, Mr. Zacharoni. We are getting closer to the discovery of the universes. While through painful means, this may yet be good for us. Wait for me, Mr. Zacharoni.
I'm waiting.
I am closing in. It is difficult to swim in a full suit, Mr. Zacharoni. I'm not fond of it. It is also quite saddening that I lost so much money with that sub. That was a lot, Mr. Zacharoni. That was a lot.
Don't worry. Capitalism.
Capitalism, yes.
Yeah.
The true horror of the world. You know, Mr. Zacharoni, this is what I get for framing that Luigi boy. All that money just for a beached sub.
I think this is what you get for purchasing from a place called Taco Bell.
Mr. Zacharoni, you do realize that is a fast food restaurant. That is an entirely different type of sub, if they even have that.
Taco Bell's it's a true horror.
It appears so, Mr. Zacharoni, it appears so. Well, at least we have...
Oh god! Oh god!
What the fuck? Mr. Zacharoni, the thing is back. Mr. Zacharoni, are you okay? It is okay. Mr. Zacharoni, you appear to be unharmed. I read about this thing, Mr. Zacharoni. I read about this. This thing I've discovered. It is called the Grink, Mr. Zacharoni.
They harassed me all Christmas. And it's back.
The tree. The train, Mr. Zacharoni. Well, be careful. It's kept us from finding our target. I believe it's escaped, Mr. Zacharoni. Yet again, we've lost the Grink. This thing. It keeps coming after you. Have you seen it before? Besides when we witnessed it at the event of the, Abominable snowman. Had you seen it before that, Mr. Zacharoni?
I've seen it. I've heard tales of this thing.
I have as well. I've done the research on this grink. This beast.
I think this is the. I think this is the reason for the multiple universes.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Oh no!
Mr. Zacharoni! Mr. Zacharoni, it's back.
Do you see it too?
I'm going after it. I do see it, Mr. Zacharoni. This grink. Where did it go? It escaped us yet again. Are those people? Perhaps these people over here, Mr. Zacharoni. Come back here. You cannot escape us. Kill them, Mr. Zacharoni. Kill them. They have been taken, Mr. Zacharoni. It seems, looking at the bodies, that they are in fact not the grink. They do not have the fur of the grink. Mr. Zacharoni. Be careful, Mr. Zacharoni. Good. Oh. That is, Mr. Zacharoni? Mr. Zacharoni.
I'm in front of
Mr. Zacharoni, we were both transported to a new universe, Mr. Zacharoni. This is an entirely new timeline. One where we did not die, Mr. Zacharoni. It's happened again. What is this?
I'm at Bishopskin.
Is there something about this day in particular where we are being kept from death? Mr. Zacharoni, I am afraid and so very curious. Mr. Zacharoni, we are going to have to do quite a bit of investigating into this matter. I believe the time has come for me to introduce you to my true facility, the underground, where I keep the prisoners and the experiments. That will hold the answers, Mr. Zacharoni, to this grink creature, this phenomenon, and this traveling of dimensions. I am sure they are linked. They must be. Mr. Zacharoni, where are you? Oh, fuck. I thought that was a shorter drop, Mr. Zacharoni. Where are you? Mr. Zacharoni, are you on that train?
Yes.
Mr. Zacharoni, you... Oh, dear. Mr. Zacharoni. Mr. Zacharoni, come back. Please. Please, Mr. Zacharoni. Shit. I may have lost you. Mr. Zacharoni, I will find you in another time, in another dimension, if I must. Another world. Another day. I will find you again, Mr. Zacharoni. We will reunite and discover the secrets of the grink.
Oh,
Hey, Zach. I think that's good.
Okay, cool.
I think that was a good ending to that.
Yeah.
I was so happy when you beached the submarine because I was like, this is my
Thanks,
chance.
Pepper Paysan.
Oh my gosh. You're welcome, Michael Santa from Hit Video Game and Grand Theft Auto 5, starring Ned Luke, released in 2013. You're welcome, Non-Bean. Thank you for liking the stream. Oh, that was great. There was one moment there that there were a couple moments there where I was trying so hard not to laugh. Joey, did you see when Zach was hit by the train on my screen?
Yeah.
And I just turned and he was like flying through the air. That was amazing.
And then immediately after, you get run over.
Yeah, that was so good. I need to that needs to be clipped, honestly. I need to see if I can watch that again.
Mm.
That was so good.
How you doing, Spiffy? Spiffy's in chat.
Okay,
Bro.
I'm gonna put this on my stream.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm gonna put this on my stream, and also share my screen, Zach, because you need to see this.
Yeah.
I need you to see this from my perspective.
Alright. Let me go to just shiny
Okay.
screen on my screen. Okay, and then right here. Right here, I'm watching.
Okay, you're watching? All right. So
Yeah.
I need you to see this. Okay. This is what I saw.
Be careful. This is Zacharoni. Good. Oh.
Uh.
That is,
No, it's so good.
That's funny.
I just love turning and you're in the air.
Clipping
Careful.
over you.
This is Zacharoni.
Yeah. It was
Good.
amazing.
Oh.
Uh.
That is,
That was amazing.
You
That
said-
was so good.
You were saying press along, but it was pressing space. It wouldn't work.
Space is how you do it for me. That's weird.
It wouldn't take me underwater.
Oh, the improv there was perfect. I think we did great. That was good. How long did we do that for? That was like an hour, that right?
Improv. We
Yeah.
do improv.
Oh yeah, no, that was just them. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. That was them in real life.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't you fucking forget it.
Gwen says, I just got back, what up? Well, you missed the amazingness that was the live streamed Sunday driving special. I'm wondering if for our next podcast, if I should just edit that stuff together into a video. If that could be used as
Okay.
footage for a video. What?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Gio says, oh no, did the world end? No. I was, yeah. We confused several people on my side. I had, Jackie came in and was like, what's going on? And Nonbean was like, I don't know. People were just confused about what this was. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I have a series with Zach that we call Sunday Driving, where it's two characters, real people, that we don't play because they're real people. We don't voice act them or anything. They're just real people. Named Cryptic and Mr. Zacharoni, a couple of crime bosses who just go on really weird adventures, you could call them, and end up experiencing very interesting situations.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of those situations right there. We did one of the donation goals for the fundraiser we had a while ago was to live stream the making of one of these, and that was that. And I think that's a good way to have that as part of our Pep Talk podcast. I think that's a good way to do it. So instead of it well, hang on. Oh. There we go. Instead of it being us watching, because usually on the Pep Talk podcast we watch the footage of us Sunday driving. This time we experienced the footage. Non-Bean says the stream was great. I'm so glad you liked it. And like most podcast episodes, it was only it was perfectly about 2 hours. So like I was worried it would be too long. So I think we actually had like good timing with all that.
Yeah.
And so the last we see is Cryptic and Mr. Zacharoni being like, okay, we have to like find out what's going on with this Grink creature, and also like the transdimensional like teleportation. But then you get kidnapped by a train, and Cryptic's like, wait, I'll find you, Mr. Zacharoni, and that'll maybe lead into a future episode. He'll be like, I've been looking for Mr. Zacharoni for years, probably not years, but like for weeks now. I don't know where he went after that train took him.
Decades.
Took him down the road. Decades, yeah. Perhaps in another dimension. The Grink was driving the train. That's probably canon. It's probably canon, actually. That was great. Is your stream gonna become a VOD after this?
I think so. Yeah. I'll keep it up as well.
Yeah,
I'll have to get downloads. So.
yeah, if you're able to download it and send it that segment or the whole thing, I guess, to me or whatever, then
Yeah.
like I can use your footage from your stream as your perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, that was good. That was good. And I think that brings us to a perfect ending point for this. So we're just gonna spend a few minutes doing what we usually do at the end of the podcast, which is just talking directly to chat in the direct to chat segment. So we're gonna chat with all you and just kind of see how you're all doing. You got a whole hour of Sunday driving today. I hope you like that. We got a whole hour of that and still managed to keep it like the same length as usual. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. So yeah. Snacks, how are you all doing? Did you like the Sunday driving? Are you enjoying Zach's birthday 12-hour stream, which I believe has like 2.5 hours left, right, Zach?
Yeah.
Nice. Nonbean did say the stream was great, so that's good. That's a plus. I think that means that we're doing something good here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your chat and I see you just saying doing GTA RP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get into like an RP server or something so we can actually like go full out on this.
Yeah.
Someday.
Oh yeah. One day.
My voice actually managed pretty
We have-
well. Like I expect my voice to give out with doing Cryptic like that to that
I
level.
had dreamed the other night
What?
I had dreamed the other night that we had like 50 V-Spy members.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that. That is pretty good. Siax, do you have any questions or thoughts or feelings or deep emotional issues that you want to talk about on the end of this? We can also talk about a little bit of An American Tale if we want, since now we forgot to do it earlier.
Yeah. So what did you enjoy think of American Tail 1 and 2?
I liked it.
I really liked 1. 2 I didn't like as much. It felt like a very different movie.
Yeah. I think 1 was fine. I don't think it was like great, but it was fine. It was enjoyable. It's like for me, it's probably just one of those movies I'll watch that one time and then just kind of like leave it there. But I did like it. It felt like I can see why it's a classic movie. The second one was kind of great. The second one was so freaking stupid silly that I had a good time just like laughing at it. Other than, once again, more of the racism that happened.
Yeah.
Which was basically the
Yeah.
C-3PO thing, just again.
I do love that this has become our like touchstone for this particular kind of racism.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, they American tailed it. Oh.
Yep, they American tailed it. That is what happened. Snacks, if you don't know what we mean when we say that, we mean like in An American Tale, what happens is
In the second one, to be clear.
in the second one, what happens is some Native American characters come across a not Native American character and they're like, oh wow, a god, and it's awful. Just like in Star Wars when they did the same thing with the Ewoks, thinking C-3PO was a god. Also in El Dorado, where that is the entire plot. I love that movie, but also that movie does that. It's a very bad and racist bit that a lot of movies do. And a lot
And
of
it's also
media.
just like a belief that a lot of like Europeans of the time period had that like native people would do that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they didn't.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Wow, crazy, right? I can't believe they didn't see white people as gods. Yeah. But yeah, so it seems like that's become the they American tailed it thing that we've been referring to it as. It looks like the chat's pretty quiet, so I think we can just end it here then. This was good. I'm glad we were able to do another podcast episode on your birthday. I think that's really good. That's cool. That's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I look forward to doing the next one, and also the next time seeing maybe the edited version of what we just filmed. You know, that could be another interesting way to do this, is that maybe we could film these live and on like for example, podcast episode 1, we film it live. Podcast episode 2, it's the edited version of it. That could be an interesting way to I think pace it maybe that way. Because, like, with the episodes so far, I've gotten a little bit overworked with making sure they're ready, like, every single episode. So that could be a good way to pace it. But we'll see. I'm not going to, actually, set that in stone or anything. But, yeah, thank you very so much for watching. You're all wonderful, beautiful people. I love you so much. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. This is all on my side, of course. Bless you, Joy. Bless Joy. If you become a member, you can get a bunch of benefits like emotes, badges, shoutouts, and the ability to join me in a stream and my Minecraft realm. Let me see my current members. You can also donate through Super Chats or Streamlabs. Like I said before, we are in huge need of it, so anything and everything means so much. Thank you to my current Tier 1 Grub, Shiny Werewolf, and Nonix, my Tier 2 Treat, Pie the Queen of Orange, and my Tier 3 Full Tummy, Moopy Star. You mean the world to me. You can also check out my Blue Sky and Discord server in the description below on my stream. And everyone, please follow Zach. Please follow Zach. Zach is great, and wish him a happy birthday, because he deserves a happy birthday. He's great, one of my best friends, and he's awesome, and he's doing a 12-hour stream, and you should all watch it, and also just support him in general. He's legally a ghost. That's kind of cool, but also, whoa.
Yeah.
All legal ghost. Instead of all official Zach, it's well, it should be all official ghost, like legal official ghost, officially legal ghost. I don't know, officially legally a ghost. But yeah, you have any final thoughts, Zach?
I like the podcast.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Jody, thank you for being kind of a guest again.
You're welcome.
Technically, I put it as our guests are. It said featuring Cryptic and Mr. Zacharoni, which I think is kind of a funny bit. Someday we'll see if we can actually somehow manage to do a thing where it is what if we had them as guests? That could be interesting. In any case, though, on my end, see you all later. I can't raid because it's YouTube, but you should all click on Zach's link in the description of this stream, because like I said, he is streaming. I'm also going to send it in the chat right now and pin it, because you should all, because this stream is ending, but Zach's isn't. So if you want to see more stuff, just go on over to Zach's side. And you can watch him go for another couple hours. He's been streaming for 7, 8, 9, 9.5 hours now. Yeah.
8 a.m.
Yeah, which is 10 a.m. for me.
Well,
And
10
it's
a.m.
about to be, it's 7:30 right now. So 7, yeah, 8, 9. So yeah, 9.5 hours.
I think the next game I'm gonna play is Phasmo.
Nice. You do that. I'm gonna go grab some food because I'm hungry actually. You do it again, Jody?
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna sneeze again.
Nah.
All right. Bye, everybody. Goodbye, bye, bye. Go watch Zach. Goodbye, bye, bye. Happy birthday, Zach. Goodbye, bye,
birthday,
bye.
Zach.
Goodbye, bye,
Happy birthday.
bye. Goodbye, bye, bye. Tomorrow is did I write it wrong in the chat in the schedule again? I wonder. I did. Tomorrow is Resident Evil 6. Not Fear. Tomorrow is Resident Evil 6. Friday is fear. My bad. I keep doing that because I have
Friday
the
fear.
formula. What?
Freddy Fear Day.
Friday fear. Fear Friday. That's what it is. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.